Here we are at Circuit Gilsville for round 6 action of the official V8 Supercar Championship Series, brought to you here on RaceSpot TV in conjunction with iRacing.com. It's a lest we forget day for everyone out there, for those soldiers who fought for Anzac Day, but we are here to lighten the mood up a little bit with some V8 Supercar action. I am Jake Blackhall. Joining me in the commentary box tonight is Sean Evans. Sean, welcome to the broadcast.
Hey Jake, how are you? Good to be to the broadcast, and g'day to everybody, welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race today. We've got 35 laps here at Montreal. Track temp 23 degrees as we are in qualifying at the moment, so the track temp very low there. Fuel is limited here today, so expect some people to maybe try and run down on the one tank without a stop, which I think, Sean, that's going to play a major role in how the strategy falls out. Some people could come in, get that little bit of fuel, others can stay out.
Yeah, I would be thinking the fuel save would be the way to go. It will cost you lap time wise, but it seems to be the smarter option, and you know, if you're going to pit, you're going to waste 15 odd seconds in the pits, so unless you really need tyres, I think fuel save would be the way to go with the temperature so low.
Yeah, that's right. The temperature has really thrown up a little bit of a mixed bag this week, and seeing it down at 23 degrees, I think it's the lowest I've seen all week, and I think that's definitely going to play a little bit of a role with these drivers, and especially tyre wear won't be as high as a lot of people thought. As I'm just here with Sam Sutton for TTO in the Hyperstimulator Holden. He's coming down to the hairpin at the moment. I think he is on a flying lap in qualifying, so no times on the board as of yet. Just the cars trying to sort themselves out, get into a rhythm. There's about 5 minutes to go, so it's still a long time. You only have 2 laps to put down here, so you still have a lot of time. You can leave it till late and get them in right towards the end. That's what a lot of people do, especially just trying to figure out what they're going to do with their tyres. And so here we go. Sam Sutton comes through the final chicane, turn 14 and 15. He's going to pass the wall of champions on the right. I think he's going to come across the line. We'll see what this benchmark time is at the moment. He's going to move over to the left, so not going to take the shorter route, and it's a 1 minute 35.8, so that's the benchmark so far. 1:35.8 is provisional pole for Sam Sutton. Expect that to drop as more times come in.
Yeah, Sam getting a good time in there. Car looks planted, he actually looks pretty good in these conditions. Under brakes the car wasn't squirmy, he seems to be hitting his marks, and 35.8 is pretty quick in these temps. I know in the Tuesday night simulate series we were doing 36.0, it was about as quick as we all got, and yeah, Sam seems to be on the mark today.
Yeah, 35.8 looks like it has been matched at the moment. Kane Kugami has come the closest with the 36.029, followed by Mitchell Searlack 36.1, and Corey Preston, a return of pace. He hasn't been on pace the past couple of weeks. 36.2 up in 4th at the moment. That's not bad for Corey. I think he'll be looking to get a good result out of this one, as he's coming up to the 910 chicane complex right now. So I think he'll be looking to get a good result in the 6-boost Ford Falcon, and hopefully just give him a little bit of boost of confidence.
Yeah, Corey definitely last round had a good showing. He's definitely good on quali pace, but a lot of boys sort of being the surprise today, like Jason Quire getting his quali sorted, Matt Stratford, Jason Hyde, Paul Gorelli be one to look at on that second lap. But yeah, Corey in that 6-boost Falcon would probably looking at a top 5 today.
Yeah, also just Jack Boyd right now. Car number 12 is sitting in P8. It's a new name to the series. Haven't seen that name for forever. I don't think he has made it an official split, so it's good to welcome some new guys on board. It's week 6 here, so it's good to see some new guys still coming in, trying out this car, as well as Stephen Tonkin, who's down in P number 20 at the moment with a 1 minute 40 just on the tail end of the field. So just trying to get some laps down. And also Ian Ford, I'd say he is on his quick line. He hasn't put down a lap time at the moment, as Paul Gorell moved up into P8, so we'll stick with Ian Ford here. He should have the pace to put it up there. It's actually Mitchell Searlack goes P1 as well, so Mitchell Searlack for ANZ Motorsport, and the Simworks Commodore goes P1. Pip Sam Sutton at 35.4, so it looks like the times are starting to come down.
Yeah, that's these boys are going quick. The slowdowns must be in effect during qualifying, because I'll tell you what, they'll be something to look out for in the race. If 40 can't get up there into the 35s, and these boys in the 1 and 2 at the moment have hit the marks. But yeah, Cougar Me with a 36.0, that's not too bad. Marty Carroll back, I haven't seen Marty Carroll for a while, welcome him back. Adam Zatinga down in 15th. These boys, they should be alright if they haven't finished their lap already. Use your first lap to get your tyres up to temp, and that second lap you go full attack at it, so we'll see how 40 goes here.
Yeah, that's right. So he goes forward to finish the first of his flying laps, and that's what Ciolak and Sutton did. They got their lap times done on their second time. So here we go. Let's see what Ford puts down the benchmark at 36.1. So he's only P4 at the moment. His second lap will most probably be quicker, and you should be able to put something down, as Richard Elwood hasn't put a time down either, so he's one of the other cars that we'll be looking at and maybe put a time in towards the end of this session. But at the moment there's only a minute 30 left, so I don't think Elwood will be able to get a lap time. Fordy's going to be cutting it close right now as he's coming through the turn 6 complex now, coming up into 7-8 chicane here. He's got to get the car stable. It looks alright at the moment. He's just biding his time, just waiting to get on that power. Doesn't want that rear end to squirm out, especially in this weather. It can do it. Looks like his tyres are up to temp, really good on this second lap, and could hopefully put one that will challenge for the top at the moment.
Yeah, 40 doing everything he possibly could to get that car sticking, and that 35.3 I'm sure was pretty up there with the world record around this track for qualifying. But I was going to have the other day hoping I'd get on somewhere in that table, but I haven't. And Ciolak, I don't know what he's done. He must have just borrowed some fill cell talent there for a while. But 40's got the car pretty planted, using those rear brakes nicely. You know, getting all the drive down. You know, I think he's definitely had that first lap to banker, because that's a pretty quick banker if it is.
Yeah, that's right, and I'm just having a look around. It's only him and Greg Sharp, so the two ERA MPMS Racing Simulator Holdens right now are the only two cars out on the track. So here comes Ian Ford coming through the final chicane turns 14 and 15 here. You've got to watch the wall of champions on the right. A lot of cars will go in there or clip it towards the end of the day. He's going to stay far to the right here, trying to maximise his run off that final corner, and it's going to be a 35.446, so misses out on the front row of the grid by 0.02 of a second, so nothing in it. And Greg Sharp will come across the line with no improvement, so no time there for Greg Sharp on his second lap, so he'll be down in 21st, and I think that's qualifying done. So Shauno, run us through the grid for us.
No problems, Jake. We have in P1, well done Mitchell Ciolak. P2 goes to Sammy Sutton. P3 to MPMS driver, ERA driver Ian Ford. Kane Kingmar 4th. Corey Preston in 5th. Jason Hyde 6th. Jason Quire in 7th. Matt Stratford 8th. Adam Settinger in P9, Marty Carroll P10, Paul Grell P11, P12 goes to Jack G. Boyd, Mario Vlasic in P13, Forzan in 14, Luke Harvey in 15, Todd Parks in 16, Brendan Hobbs in 17, David Baxter 18th, 19th goes to Raymond Stewart, and the rest are on the screen hopefully.
Yeah, so it's a lot of names in here. It's good to see a couple of guys coming back, especially Marty Carroll. He's been away for a while, hasn't been able to get in the sim lately, and it's good to have Marty Carroll back in P10 for SDC Motorsport, so that'll be a good boost there. It's unfortunate we haven't seen an Ethan Grigold, Michael Cracknell, Josh Rogers as well, so a couple of the big names missing tonight, but we've still got Ciolak and Sam Sutton out the front. They'll be hoping to push on as good as they can up there. And just having a look now, we've got Ian Ford on the grid, so a couple of these guys will be waiting towards the end just so that they can try and get it down, so that they're not wasting that little bit of fuel that they could be burning on the start line, Sean.
Yeah, if I was Ian Ford right now, I'd definitely think fuel saver, because Ciolak and Sutton should probably go ahead and try and build a gap early and battle it out, and that'll give Ian plenty of time to save fuel, hit his numbers right, and hopefully just overlap him in the pits. But Kugamaya could do it, Preston could do it, Jason Hyde could do it, you never know, and hopefully it'll be an exciting race.
Yeah, it will be. So here we go. The grid is starting to form up on that front row. We're just waiting for Mitchell Ciolak, who's come on now. So the revs will start to build any second. Here we go. Green flag as they held him for a long time, and I don't have a Mitchell Ciolak on the front row of the grid, so it was Sam Sutton and Ian Ford leading down into turn 1. Ian's now got the inside line because he didn't have a car in front of him, so he's going to hold it, but he's not going to hold it around turn 2. That inside line's going to prevail there, so Sam Sutton is going to get that P1 taken done, as Ian Ford's going to have Kane Kugamia for company. As I think that was Hyde or one of those guys behind. I think it was Jason Hyde in Performance Motorsport getting a little bit sideways with his teammate. There's a car around. I think that is Jack Boyd was in the fence. A lot of cars back here in the fence. A lot of cars with damage, so unfortunate there to see Jack Boyd on his first race out in the walls, but the cars are all over the spot, as I've just seen another one. That's Vlasic and Todd Parks getting involved, so the cold tyres on lap 1 is really throwing it to everyone, and looks like not a lot of cars have been able to get it off the line as cleanly as they'd hope, as Hyde has a slowdown. So a lot of cars with damage trying to make their way through now, as the tyres are just not up to temp on that first lap.
No, definitely not. You want to be cautious at the start, like we said, in turn 1 chaos in these cold conditions time and time again. Like as 40 gets turned there by Kugamiya, that was a bit aggressive. But 40 doing well to keep. Oh, there's more accidents behind them.
Yeah, that was so. Similar thing just happened there between, so Ian Ford and Kane got together. Kane hit the back of 40, and then Adam Zettinger just he actually hit the back of Matt Stratford. So everyone's going around at the moment, tagging the back of each other. Unsure as to how close those front two were between Ian Ford and Kane, but it looked like just a slight bit of a nudge, and on the cold tyres it sent him around. So Quire has now been elevated up into third behind Kane, and Marty Carroll, is that Marty? I think it is too, and a Holden Commodore, which is I don't think Marty is in his right car at the moment. He usually runs his Ford Falcon. He hardly ever drives the Holden. It's sort of a religion to not go into this car, but he's in it at the moment, and he's up in the 4th position. Maybe that's a little bit of a hint that Marty needs to stay in the Holden a bit more.
Yeah, it looks like it's like I've said it before, if you drive a Ford, you know, it seems to be the Holden blessing, be able to get up there in the top 5 position. And you know, Marty's a good driver, so it's good to see him back. But unfortunately there for 40, it's a little, maybe Kane just misjudged his braking marker or getting back on the throttle early and gave Ian a nice little love tap there. But these boys seem to be, you know, getting into formation now and just driving nice and smooth.
Yeah, so we've had a crash between Raymond Steer, who was in P11 at the time for V8 Racing. He actually had a spin and got involved with Mitchell Searlack. So Searlack from on provisional pole didn't make the start, now has a ton of damage, and he's down in, I'd say, worse than 14th, 15th. He's actually behind Corey Preston as well. So Preston had an issue that we haven't actually been able to catch up on there. So he has dropped down a lot of spots. So just so much carnage on this opening lap here at Montreal. I was not expecting this to sort of come about, but it has, and we've now just got a really mixed up grid that may change a lot of people's strategy. You can pit and make it work. I don't know whether it will be viable for these weather conditions, especially being a little bit colder you can get it to do. But as we look back at the replay of the start here, so it was a good jump off the line there from Ian Ford, and he got it right down the inside, but he wasn't able to hold it. But there was like 4 wide down the back, and a lot of controversy and cars hitting each other trying to find room, and they all just managed to get it done. But through turn 1 and 2 it was pretty clean, but coming into the next complex, as I just seen there, Hyde actually hit the fence, and that put him into Matty Stratford. So Hyde had a lot of damage from then on out, and then cars behind, then into this first chicane complex. There was Boyd on his roof, and it was all over from there on out. So just cars everywhere. So just the cold tyres really playing into some
just
people's
understeer,
hands.
Jakey.
Yeah, just a little bit of understeer, a little bit of oversteer on the throttle from a lot of people. But as we go back live to the front, and we've got Sam Sutton right now out to a 2.2 second lead over Kane Kugamiya. So he's doing a great job at the moment to start to pull away out front.
Yeah, Sam's doing everything I think you should need to do, trying to take some inspiration from Josh at Sonoma. Yeah, I was just looking through the times, and Ian Ford did a 35.9 on that last lap while passing Marty Carroll. So I think the fuel saving strategy might be thrown out the window there at Evolution Race Australia. But yeah, I think Sam will probably build a bigger lead. He's a little bit quicker, or about 0.6 quicker at the moment than Kane Kugamiya. So hopefully Sam can keep the car straight, and hopefully it's early days, but he could probably bring it home.
Well, that's the thing. Let's see who's going to be. It'll sort of start to play out later on, but it's going to be interesting. It's sort of when these guys will pit, if they do pit. At the moment, the 35.9 from Sam Sutton, I don't think that is fuel saving. If it is, he's still at a lot of pace.
What
in
is
that
fuel
car.
saving?
Yeah. So it's sort of the hard thing. Like Quire at the moment just at a 1 minute 37.0, which is over a second slower than the two in front of him. And I'm thinking that may be a little bit of a fuel saver, especially when Ian Ford behind him's done a 36.4, as I think actually Jason Quire just running a different line. So he's just trying to maybe save some fuel here and there, just trying to roll out of the throttle on entry and just changing his lines up a little bit just to try and maximize his speed, even though he's saving fuel, because it could just be what he's doing. As we got a battle here down between Paul Garrel and Luke Harvey for P7 at the moment. We've got Garrel it's Forzan on Nabi now. So Nabi on the inside of Garrel. He's going to get that one done. Yes, he is. So he's got that position. So move Forzan El Nabi. Oh, Garrel there again. So actually, yeah, El Nabi's holding off his position from Garrel in 6. So Garrel has a lot of damage actually to the right side of the car. I'm unsure as to what he's been involved in, but everyone's been involved in some sort of accident already as they come into the 14-15 final chicane complex with the wall of champions on the right. So that could be where Garrel got his damage, but he's just going to sit in behind Forzan at the moment, and you've got Luke Harvey coming up behind him. He could just start to nibble at the back of Paul Garrel and get him under pressure.
Yeah, these boys put on a little bit of a show here in the mid-pack battles, but yeah, that straight there, Jake, it's really, from a driver's point of view, you kind of want to see where you're going into that chicane, because you could either cut the chicane, brake too late, hit the guy in front of you, and especially these cold weathers, even though you've got all the grip in the world, braking that 100 metres too late, trying to be the last guy on the brakes can be detrimental to you. So you really want to do what Paul did. It was good experience playing out there, just jumping in behind, using Forzan as a brake marker, and just think I'll get him next lap, or I'll get him where I'm more comfortable. So Paul doing everything right, former KRF driver, and shout out to them. But yeah, these boys are doing very well in these good conditions, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Everyone looks like they're doing a good job at the moment. The cooler condition really helps a lot of drivers. I know myself, I like cooler conditions, especially with these cars. As Garrel's going to go around the outside here of Forzan El Nabi. So yeah, like you're saying,
you want to get around here, you want to cut under?
Oh, he could have tried the switchback, but he didn't get it done, so he had to stay in behind there. But Garrel, yes, from KRF now over to SDC Motorsport, so he's just done that little bit of a change in sort of the mid-season, and he's starting to really pay off with some strong results. He was sort of the lead flagship for KRF and did an amazing job there, and now he's doing an even better job at the moment for SDC, putting it up in P7. He's going to try and get that P6 and try and catch his team boss, Marty Carroll, in front of him in that Holden. But at the moment, he's just going to stay in behind Forzan. He's going to try all he can, but he doesn't want to get too far out in front, especially with the strategy. He could be trying to fuel save at the same time.
Forzan looks like he's got the better car at the moment, Jake. Looks more planted, but again, Paul's got some damage there. But yeah, these boys definitely looking like the cold conditions are favouring them. Like you said, I do favour cold conditions as well. It's more fun, I believe, with a lot more grip there. But up the front, damn Sam's doing the right job. He's pulling away. 35.8 that last lap. So in that hyper-stimulator car, I'm not sure what I think of the livery, but it's quite striking. But yeah, he's doing well. Like, the car's planted, he's driving to his brake markers, not trying to turn in too late too early, and he comes down to that last hairpin there. You want to try and ride the inside, get on the power early, but I think strategy, like you said, Jake, I'd be going for the fuel saver if I was still in the influence position, but who knows.
Yeah, that's right. The strategy is really up in the air at the moment, and Ian Ford has actually taken third away from Jason Quire. So I'd say JQ is maybe on that fuel save strategy, especially with the 37.8 the last time by, and his teammate Marty Carroll, team boss leader of SDC, is just did a 36.9 the last time round. So I wouldn't be surprised that the two SDC cars, are on alternate strategies, especially in JQ's sense, and Marty Carroll may be coming in and doing a little bit of a splash, maybe put some tyres on it in the mid portion of this race. But looking back again, this battle for 6 is still there between Forzan El Nabi and Paul Garrel. Garrel's just going to stay there and harass the back of him. But like you're saying, I think Forzan does have a better car out of the corners. It looks like that's where he's able to benefit away from Paul Garrel. Garrel looks like he has a stronger car on entry, but Forzan definitely looks like he can get on that power early and start to build a little bit of a gap, which starts to just give him a little bit of a conservation, so he doesn't have to be on the defense all the time.
Yeah, Paul, if I was in Paul's position and, having driven this track, this track rewards early braking and high mid-corner speed. And with the conditions being the way they are, you really, really want to play that into your advantage, especially following someone. And if I was Paul, brake a little bit earlier than Forzan, turn in a little bit earlier, get on the power a little bit earlier, and next thing you know, you'll be about half a car length behind him, maybe right in there to get a move done, and that'll probably be the better strategy than trying to attack him late breaks, trying to get a run out of the hairpins, and that's probably a better way to do it.
Yeah, and he just tried that then. He ran a little bit wider than Falcon through the hairpin. Falcon's just trying to run a different line on the straight again, just maybe trying to get out of trying to make Garrell go out of his draft, but he's still in there. So Garrell's going to have a little look, looking for that brake marker on the brakes coming into this final chicane again, but they're just sitting behind each other, and Falcon looked like he had a really good run there through the final chicane.
Great run out of there.
Pull a couple of car lengths. So yeah, Falcon's done a really nice job and was able to pick up a couple of car lengths and just hold off Garrell for another lap. So it's a lap 8 here of 35 at Montreal, and right now Sam Sutton opening up that gap out in front to about 4.5 seconds, but this is one of the battles we've got here between Falcon Anabi and Paul Garrell. Just having another look back, it looks like we have another battle a little bit further back between another one of the Performance Motorsports cars. We got David Baxter from Redback Racing in P10 with Gary Cooper in 11th, so these two are right on each other as well in two Ford Falcons, so these two pushing really hard right now for outside top 10.
Yeah, it's always on for keeps no matter where, especially in top split. It puts on a good show, and David Baxter been around a long time. He's got a lot of experience. Same with Gary Cooper. These boys, Gary seems to be a little bit throttle happy at the moment, using up those tyres. He might be going for a pit for tyres, a little bit of fuel strategy. And there's another car behind him. Is that an MPMS car I see? I'm not sure. I'm too busy watching David get crossed up there, but yeah, I'd definitely be looking at as Gary gets a run here. Maybe got to slow down from Baxter, but yeah, put your car right there on the inside, and there, move done.
Yeah, he's got that one done nice and cleanly. So Gary moves himself up into P10 in front of David Baxter from Redback Racing. So he's done a good job there. Yeah, it's Greg Sharp in behind him, so expect Sharpie to start to close that gap. He will start to make ground up, but just having a look, the battle was on between Garrell and Falcon Anabi into the chicane. Garrell tried to get the inside line there, but wasn't able to get it done, so he had to stick in behind Falcon again for another lap. He just can't get the move done at the moment. Falcon looks like he's picked up a little bit of right front damage, so hopefully he's alright at the moment, but a lot of cars are walking wounded except for maybe the top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, everyone's been in the walls today, hey Jake, but yeah, I think Falcon does have a stronger car at the moment. Paul really trying to ride the curbs and take all the time out of Falcon's lead there, but still, it's easy to tag a wall here. It's easy to get a little bit loose and just kill that lead that you have. Like, I think it's about 2/10 between these two at the moment. And, still, if I was Paul, just calm it down. If I was spotting him at the moment, just tell him to back off a bit earlier, get him to hit his marks earlier. So you can, in this chicane here, you can hit this curb on the inside and get no bounce at all. And just come out even faster. But, Paul's still doing a great job, using all the experience and all the road.
Yeah, he is using all his experience. He's doing a good job, but I think he has just got one of those curb hop slow down penalties, so he's lost a little bit of time there. He's trying to clear it, and I think he has, but that's sort of released the pressure from Falcon Anabi for this lap at least. He'll be able to just try and stretch that lead now. He can sort of focus eyes in front of him and try and skip away, and that's what he's done. So he's got a good couple of seconds now gap over Paul Garrell, which is sort of putting him in a nice position just to be calm for a couple of laps, get his eyes sort of figure out where he's at on fuel and get that all going. But having a look back here for this battle from 10th, 11th and 12th, we've got Greg Sharp is definitely starting to close up to the back of David Baxter, who just got passed by Gary Cooper the last lap by. So expect Sharpie to try and push his way inside the top 10. He'll be wanting a good result for the MPMS Racing Simulator Holden, and hopefully he can just get to the back of Baxter in the next couple of laps and make that move.
Yeah, Greg Sharp definitely doing the job he needs to do, keeping the car straight. Consistent laps will definitely catch Baxter in front, and that MPMS car does look quite schmick. I do like that car, but yeah, these boys, cold conditions, what do you say? You go all at it, don't you, really? Like, if it was me, I wouldn't even care about fuel strategy. I think Jake, I'd go straight at it, so. But Sam's doing what he needs to do, and the field's sort of spread out now, so these battles might not develop till strategy kicks in at about lap 20, so these boys doing what they need to do.
Yeah, that's right, and still a long way to go in the race. We're only on lap 10 of 35, and yeah, the cars are starting to stretch out just a little bit. As Baxter looks like he's closed in a little bit this lap to Gary Cooper for P10, so this is sort of the closest we've got on track at the moment. Adam Zittinger as well is starting to close in behind him, so expect Adam to close in the Maverick Welding Ford Falcon. He'll close in maybe the next couple of laps if these guys in front of him start to battle, which it looks like it's going to happen as Baxter's getting close again to Gary Cooper, and it's all going to start to close up again. It's like the accordion effect. As soon as Cooper got past, he sort of started to stretch out, and now the rest of them are coming. He's coming back to Baxter and Greg Sharp, so expect them all to sort of close up in the next couple of laps.
If I was Sharpie, I'd be thinking, battle boys, just battle, make a mistake, I'll take both of you in the one go. So, but yeah, Sharp's doing a definite good job there. You know, I think these boys are sort of like, you know, your viewpoints out of whack. You know, your braking markers are out of whack once you pass someone. That's probably what's happened to Gary Cooper, because he's been behind Baxter the past couple of laps. He might have been braking a bit earlier, using David as his brake marker, and when you start to get in front of someone, like I led the simulated Tuesday series before you did, Jake, actually, and I was like, oh, I'm braking way too early now. So yeah, you gotta really stick to your guns and think, how can I get away without sacrificing too much time under brakes.
Yeah, that's right, especially a great series run over at Angry Birds Racing there on Tuesday nights. Tomorrow night again, and we have the round at Road America. We had the past round here at Montreal, which is a good race. Interesting race, 50 laps was a long distance. It's definitely longer than tonight, so that was good. The safety cars always mix it up, as well as we've got another Road America race as we move to Road America next week. We've got the SERT Enduro on Friday night. Yeah, Road America, so we got 4 hours of that action. That's going to be an awesome race once again. All that enduro, the team starting to get ready and getting all prepped and getting everything settled and sorting out setups, especially for Monday night again. It's a good way to test the setup coming into obviously a Monday night race, especially when there's 39 laps next week here at Road America. It's a long race, and a good little enduro is definitely going to start to spice things up. But right now we're here at Montreal, and we are coming on to lap 12 here. We're still following on board with David Baxter, with Greg Sharp starting to close in a little bit behind him, as Gary Cooper is starting to stretch out just a little bit in front of him.
Yeah, Sharpie's a little bit quicker. I think he was a tenth quicker that lap. I'll just have a quick look. Oh yeah, 2/10. So you'll be there or thereabouts at least in a lap or so. And all David needs to do is make a slight mistake, step a tyre off, and Sharpie's there. He's got him covered. So, but yeah, like you said, Jake, that Road America we at. But yeah, you wanna that's a good test of setups, and you know, Nick Hauser and Angry Birds, they do a good job on that Tuesday series. You know, they give us good temperatures like today, and we get to sort of test our setups and get them perfect. So, but you know, these boys, they're battling, but now they've sort of spaced out again, Jake. So what do you reckon? Your strategy in a couple laps time? What do you call it?
Yeah, I honestly, with this sort of weather, you'd be wanting to come in. I think that's sort of the way to go, especially with some of the pace that these guys are running. You have to be fuel saving from the word go, and that's where I don't think Sam Sutton is. He just did the 36.0 the last time by, so he's definitely not dropped off any pace, and he's just on a 35.9 as he crossed the line right now. So
he's on the loud
leader
pedal.
is. Yeah, the lead pedal, the loud pedal is definitely all the way to the floor at the moment for the leader, Sam Sutton, right now for TTL. That's all right. He's just pushing on right now, and he's got a 5.3 second gap in front of Kane Kugamiya, and Ian Ford he's closing the gap to Kane. Yeah, he was fastest last time round, 35.7, so he's going to try and close that gap, and I'd say on that pace, definitely 40 is going to be coming in and trying to get some tyres. But you sort of look back at Jason Quire. I think he's been saving for majority of this race, and Marty Carroll sort of dropped off the back of him. So unsure. I think Marty on the weekend for the V8 Supercar America Series was fuel saving as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Marty's doing that again. Everyone else, it's sort of thrown up in the air. The cold weather really does change it up, especially when the tyres can hold on for so long. And just having a look, Adam Zettinger's actually gotten around Greg Sharp for P12, so he's now going to be the one that's going to be trying to latch on the back of David Baxter at the moment. So the Maverick Welding Ford Falcon out in full force today, trying to get that position away and get inside the top 10.
Maybe Sharpie had a slowdown there, maybe, but anyway, as you're saying with the tyres, yeah, you can, I was just going to say, maybe not take tyres in the stop, Jake, and just take the fuel and get a sneaky couple of seconds out of it to give you an advantage. Say you were Ian Ford or Jason Quire or even Kane Cougamere, you could probably not take tyres because they'll hold on in these conditions and gain those couple of seconds and come out in the lead.
Yeah, that's right, and especially we did it on Angry Birds last week as well.
Yep,
We actually
50 laps or something.
yeah, 40 I think did 50 laps on the one set of tyres. It was a nice cooler conditions. It's actually cooler in this race, so expect maybe 40 to do that exact strategy, not put tyres on the car, just put a little bit of fuel and go, and he could actually gain that couple of tyres as he is all over the curves. A 35.5 last time by from Kane as Marty Carroll is in the pits, so go against what I was saying. He's in the pits. He's going to be the first one that's going to come in and get this little bit of a splash of fuel. Actually, he's missed his mark. So he missed his mark on pit entry. He lost a couple of a second or 2 seconds. It's definitely starting to hit Marty coming back this week in for SDC. Just losing his marks a little bit. It's been a while in the car and he's made a little mistake.
Got a Commodore.
He's got a Commodore.
He can't see.
That's exactly right. He's in the Commodore. He's not in the Ford Falcon. He's lost all his points of where the front nose is, but he's come out and it looks like that's on fresh tyres by the way that car is squiggling around. So expect there may be enough time to put in a little bit more fuel just to give you a little bit more conservation, especially when you want to run flat out. And with the cooler temps, you're actually using more fuel. You'll be on the loud pedal a bit earlier and you'll be trying to get the power down as quickly as possible, and you'll have that grip to do that. So you'll be burning a little bit more fuel than what may have been expected from these guys, and that could be the case. As I'm just having a look at this battle for seconds starting to close up right now between Kane Cougamere and Ian Ford.
40 with a 35.5 a lap beforehand. He's on a 35.7 there too, and he's just crept up on the back of Kane. Maybe Kane decided to go into fuel saving mode, but I doubt it at lap 15. You'd be starting to think maybe I've blown my chance at that fuel window. 40 just hangs it out loose. I don't want to say escape his famous line or get everybody drunk, but yeah, it looks like, I'd say 40's at full attack mode, and as you would after having Kane spinning in at first lap, all fair and love and war of course, but I'd be on the, like you said, Jake, on that loud pedal as quick as possible, getting the car nice and straight and just pulling gears until no tomorrow, and hopefully filling up with a little bit of fuel. But yeah, you want to put in just that little bit more, so if you're a little bit of a more thirsty driver like I am, you want to put a couple of litres in more just so you get over that line safely.
Yeah, that's right, and I think that's what Ian Ford will be wanting to do. I don't know, I'm very uncertain whether Ian will put on tyres. After doing the 50 laps, he sort of said it was dead after 50 laps, but 35 laps they could hold on. He's going to have a look on Kane. I think Kane's had a slow down there, so he's had to actually run it deep. A lot of people do that, run it deep at the hairpin so they can try and get the run and gain the time that they've lost back, and he may start to have a look on Ian Ford down into this final chicane. He's going to be close enough. He's going to definitely have the top end speed on him, but Ford just goes a little bit defensive and Kane's just going to sit behind him, so no move done there. He's going to stay in
heaps
line.
Heaps of curve for 40.
Yeah, heaps of curve from Ford. Looks like he's got that car settled right now, and he's going to move himself up into P2. He's going to have about a 7.3 second gap to Sam Sutton. So Sam is really starting to put the hammer down right now and try and build as much of a gap that he can in that hyper-stimulator Holden Commodore, and just try and maybe manage it so that when he comes in the pits, he can maybe just take it easy, get a little bit more fuel on board, and not have to worry about much.
Yeah, Jake, I do say Sam will go no tyres, just fuel, because he's still pulling 35s out of the hat, on race pace, which is, there hasn't seemed to be a drop-off for him, even if there was a 36, it was a very low 36, so take no tyres, get your fuel, and I think Sam might have it in the bag, even though it's just nearly coming up to half race distance. I think maybe the way to go is no tyres, but, back there for the battle for second, those boys will be thinking, or maybe tyres, because 40's getting a little bit sideways now, so who knows.
Yeah, who knows what they're going to do. It's all going to be a way of what's going to happen towards the end. But Mario Vlasic has come in, so he has taken fuel and tyres, and David Baxter also. So those couple of guys have come in, and Marty Carroll has jumped both of them considerably, even though he was in front of them at the time, but he's still sort of regained that position in front of those two. So, and the rest of the field is sort of line astern at the moment. No one's really sort of on the back of anyone except for Kane on the back of 40, but it's now, this is that pit window, so the pit window opened and people are starting to dive in, get that little bit of fuel. It's sort of now seeing who is going to come in and take that fuel, or who's been fuel saving, because it's a good 30 odd seconds here or there, you know what I mean, coming in the pits, trying to lose that little bit, and you could lose a second here on lap 35. You'd be on the money if you're fuel saving from the word go, but it's very close. It's actually, Ian Ford has closed down that gap considerably. 6.5 seconds now the gap. He gained a good half a second as Kane. Yeah, he's hit the wall hard.
Did he slide into the wall?
Unsure as to what has happened there,
Just
but
double
he's
check
just...
that.
Yeah, he's just slid the rear into the fence, so he just got a little bit, maybe missed his mark in the second part of the chicane and just understeered wide a little bit and just caught the fence with the rear end of the car, but it looks alright, still driving sort of straight at the moment, so hopefully he didn't get too much damage from that.
Nah, I'd say he's just overcooked the tyres trying to keep up with Ian Ford there, but, you know, yeah, like you said, the fuel saving strategy from the word go would have been the way to go if you were going to take that strategy, but now I'd say just fill her up with whatever you needed, say 30-40 litres or whatever it is, as Kane just cooks the rears again. So I think maybe the tyres are getting a little bit more punished than we think, Jake, as, you know, I think they were similar conditions in that Tuesday night simulated series, because that's all we got to go off at the moment, but yeah, I think Sam's just going to come in for his fuel and take no tyres, but you know, if I was 40, definitely thinking about taking another set of tyres, because you might gain a bit more of an advantage having fresher rubber, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, that's right, and especially that opening lap is the killer though, as I think Gary Cooper pitted last time by as well, as there is a battle going on between Mario Vlasic and Brenton Hobson, so I don't know whether Hobson has pitted, just going to have a look at that, and he hasn't, so I think, he may have pitted early, and got a little bit of a splash. It looks like that may have been the case, or he had the damage, but he's on the back of Mario Vlasic, who has pitted, so we know Vlasic has come in and gotten some fuel and topped it up and is back out there again, and Brenton Hobson is all over the back of Vlasic at the moment. I'd say Vlasic took tyres, so he's waiting for those tyre temps to come up just to get a little bit of pressure and start to circulate and go again, but that little time, there's a couple of laps, there's first laps on the colder tyres and the fresh ones, you're starting to wait, you want them to get up to temperature as soon as possible, but as soon as you got someone in behind you, it really puts you off your mark. Says, he's got to slow down as well, so yep. So and there's Greg Sharp in the pits for ERA, as I've just seen as we went past, so that's a positional gain for Brenton Hobson there, all over Mario Vlasic. Just that little mistake, just say being too eager on the curves, taking a bit too much, and he's lost that spot, and he's gone deep into turn 1 again, so those tyres aren't up to temperature already, and he's just making little errors, and he's just losing some time.
Yeah, it took heaps of curb, had the gearbox on the curb there, he took heaps, but yeah, it takes a good 3 laps, you know, in these conditions for the tyres to be at peak, so, you know, you're looking at your out lap to be very skaty, and even a lap after coming out of the pits, you might find that you're locking fronts up, even locking the rears up in the corners, or coming out and just thinking you're confident to put your foot on the loud pedal, but, you know, you're losing that rear end a bit.
Yeah, that's right, and we've got a battle between Sharp and Baxter, but Kane Kugamir is in the pits, so from third on the running order he has come in, so we'll see where he comes out in comparison, but Sharp and Baxter are going at it at the moment, and Baxter's on the inside, he's going to get that done, and Cooper's going to have a look, so I'd say all these three have pitted. Sharp was the last one to pit, Baxter was one of the earliest ones with Gary Cooper as well, so I'd say that these guys are going to be all over it, as there goes Cooper down the inside of Sharp, locks the rears, he wasn't able to get him unlocked, he sort of saved it, don't you? Oh, he was very close to not hitting Jarby there, he just missed him there. A good save there from Cooper, he had the rears locked straight away, was trying to unlock them, but as soon as he got to that sort of final braking part, he just couldn't get them unlocked, and it looped the rear around. He was able not to hit anyone there, because that could have been pretty bad, as Stephen Tonkin comes in front of him in that Red Bull Racing livery. But yeah, Baxter's sort of let off the hook at the moment, just sort of cruising around. Adam Zettinger in front of him as well, starting to pit, so he will come out around that pack, and just having a look where Kane Kugamir has come out. He's come out just in front of Jason Quire, And who's that? Jack Boyd, who's right behind him. So the two of them have just come out. He's come out just in front of them. So it's a good strategy from Kane. He's come out in some good clean air that he could hopefully benefit from.
Yeah, Kane will be thinking it's just falling into his lap a bit to get the pace back and catch 40 and try and jump him when he pits. But I think, like you said there, with that little battle pack, Greg Sharp left plenty of room there for Gary Cooper to go up the inside without any dramas, and that's good racecraft from them two boys. So, I think that strategy, for fuel saving is what Jason Quire's doing at the moment, but, Marty Carroll could be doing the same, and, you want this car to work now. This is sprint to the end, so we'll see what these boys do. I'll be looking at the top two definitely, so expect Sam to probably pit in the next lap or two, and same with Ian Ford.
Yeah, that's right, and especially with JQ. Actually, I think JQ was pitting. Actually, no, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he has. He just lost a lot of time on that last lap. But yeah, it's interesting to see where Kane's come out. He's come out in a lot of fresh air, and he's just been able to get some laps down. If you can do that, especially with Sam Sutton and Ian Ford on lap traffic. Sam Sutton just got around Richard Elwood, and I don't think Elwood would have made it too easy. He would have still just sort of hang there and tried to just fill up the mirrors a little bit, get Sutton a bit thinking there, but he's let him through. So Sutton's in front now with a 6.0 second lead. So a 6-second lead at the moment is not too bad. He sort of had it out to about 7.5, but 40's been able to drop it ever so slightly as here comes Ian Ford in the pits. So he's going to get the mark stop. He did that well. He had a mistake in the Americas race where he locked the rears on entry and fired it into the fence, and that cost him a good result there. He still ended up with third, but he had a lot of front end damage towards the end of that race. So he will have to be looking at now Kane Kugamiya. That's the comparison we've got to go off. Kane is sitting in fourth at the moment. He is right now just having a look on board with Kane. Kane is just around the hairpin. So there's a long time as Ford stops in his box nice and quick, does that good job. Now let's see how he's going to be on exit. He's got Kane Kugamiya, he'll know, will be coming down the back straight. I'm say Brenton or someone from ERA. So he's already gone. So he is, wow, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, he didn't take tyres, I reckon, Jake. I reckon he didn't take tyres.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because Kane, there's a long...
Kane's lost a lot of time.
Yeah, unless Kane got a speeding penalty, I'm not 100% sure, but Kane is a long way back.
Maybe Kane's a bit thirstier on the pedal, but that's heaps of time lost. Yeah, I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, well, just had confirmation. Kane had a 24-second pit stop compared to Ian Ford with a 10.3. So a 10.3 second stops around about fuel and tyres. So Ian's taken tyres, but when you look at Kane, so 24 seconds to me, he thinks he's come in the pits a bit too hot. Got a 15-second speeding penalty of a pit stop and hold, so he's had to add that on entry. So didn't look that bad from Kane on entry, but going according to those numbers, it's he's definitely lost a lot of time there in comparison to Ian, and I wonder Sutton staying out again. So this is where Ford now needs to get his head down, try and close that gap now. He'll have the fresher tyres, and he needs to bring that delta down so that when Sam Sutton pits, he will only be just in front of Ford.
Well, isn't it about a 15-second stop, including the full lane entry and exit? So maybe 40 might come out, or Sam Sutton might come out right in front of 40, and it might liven up a battle here in the later laps. But Sam not stopping, it's pretty close, 14 laps till end. Not sure there, but, Kane could have missed his box too, Jake. Sometimes we've all done that. We've just come in a bit too hot to the box or had a momentary lapse and gone too far. Maybe that cost him a couple of seconds, but yeah, I think, Sam Sutton will be hopefully pitting, otherwise he's done something miraculous that we can't seem to figure out. But, if I was 40, get your foot on the loud pedal, get it going. Pump out some 35, laps, and you'll be there in no time.
Yeah, that's right. That's what he needs to do at the moment, and a lot of these guys are sort of pinning. So I think the stay out strategy sort of hasn't really worked for a lot of people, and people have come in and just got the fresher tyres, got the fresher rubber, because I think that's what JQ has done. I'm just going to have a look, and I think he hasn't done that. So I think JQ is one of the only ones who hasn't stopped, but he's a long way off the pace at the moment, and Sam Sutton's still staying out for another lap. So he's doing a good job, Sammy Sutton out in front. He did a 36.1 the last time by. We'll see what time he has when he crosses the line now. So it's a 36.210 from Sam Sutton out in front. So he's doing a good job. He's trying to just build that lead with what he's got. He doesn't want to cook. He doesn't want to use too much fuel now. He's still maybe in fuel save mode, but I highly doubt that, especially with the leaders, everyone else around him coming in. We'll see what Ian Ford does as well in comparison. This will be his first semi-flying lap, I'd say, and he's coming around turn 14, 15 chicane now, and we'll see what he can do, because if he pulls out a couple of attempts here or there now, he'll be definitely closer as Sam Sutton comes in. So coming across the line at 35.3 from Ian Ford. So that's nearly a second straight away out of Sam Sutton, and the gap was around 6 seconds on pit entry. So I think someone needs to get into Sammy Sutton's ear right now from TTL. I'd say you'll have Hampstead or Maloney in there, and just get him to know that Fordy's 1 second quicker than him. He may need to come in now and try and hold that lead.
Yep, if I was Joshy Rogers right now, I'd be saying, hang on a minute, better get on to Sam, because Fordy's on the charge. So I think after his little incident there at the beginning with Kane, I think he's gotten a bit of red mist, put the visor down, and, you know, everyone stay out of my ears. I'm just going to drive it like a stole. And the 35.3 is pretty damn fast. Like, he's pushing. So we'll have to see when Sam pits or where he comes out, because if he's taken a second out of his lead already, you know, who knows in the coming laps.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a good battle here between Luke Harvey and Adam Zettinger from 10th and 11th. So Adams, they're both the walking wounded here. Adam's got a lot of left front damage, and a missing hood, and Luke Harvey's got a little bit of right side damage. So they're all just trying to figure out their way around with the damage that they've got on their cars. I don't think that'll be helping either of them, but they're down just outside the top 10. Adam is. Luke's just holding on that gatekeeper spot, trying to keep it inside the top 10. He's doing a good job at that. He's driven a great race here up inside the top 10. He's done that well. Sam Sutton is in the pits, and he's leaving now.
Let's watch his pit stop.
He's done a good
stop,
job.
Did he?
Yeah, he's out already. Ooh. So a good stop there from Sam Sutton. He's come out, just missed that, and he's gone out in front of Ian Ford. I'd say actually he may have gained a little bit of time. Ian Ford did a 35.3 again the last time by. So yeah, so someone got into Sam Sutton's ear, which was good for Sam. He's going to be able to hold on to that lead. I'd say he's actually maybe opened up the gap a little bit. There's 40 in the fence a little bit there coming out of turn 4, 5 chicane. Yeah, just took the mirror off, but it's alright. You don't need them at the moment. He's got no one behind him to worry about. He just needs all eyes forward, and he's going to be doing that right now, because it's still surprising that 15 second that Kane lost. It's really put him out of this battle.
Yeah, I think now if I was 40, you know, now's the time to get on to Sam, because he's going to be on cold tyres or possibly on less, you know, more worn tyres, and he might not be able to keep the pace up he had before he pitted to, you know, 10 laps, 11 laps, 40 keeps pumping out these 35.3s, and he'll be giving Sam the, you know, the nudge, come on mate, I'm right here to take you. And yeah, Sam doing everything he can. He's driving the car nice, so it could be a battle brewing here for the end, Jake, so hopefully it could get exciting.
Yeah, that's right, lap 24, so they'll be coming up to start lap 25 of the 35 laps here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and we'll just see what Sammy Sutton does. He's doing really nice, just getting those tyres up to 10th on this opening lap. He has lost a little bit of time as he just scrapes the wall on exit, so the wall of champions maybe just got a little bit of a TTL signature there as he comes across the line. So about the same time opening sort of lap there as Ian Ford. They did about the same pit exit lap time, so looks like he's got those tyres up to temp now, and he's going to start pushing, but the gap
40.
Yeah, again 35.2. That would have put him on P1 on the grid. He is pushing hard. He's got that gap now down to 3 seconds. He is pushing. It was 6 seconds at the stop. He's taken 3 seconds out of Sam Sutton, and he can now see the back of that TTL Commodore, and he is not going to let go of it. He's going to push his hardest to do it. So expect this to definitely liven up. Sam Sutton now needs to push quali laps to be able to keep up with Ian Ford's pace at the moment, because that's what Ian is doing.
Yep, definitely. But you know, if I was Sam and I didn't take tyres, I would be a little bit worried, because 40 did take tyres, didn't he? So yeah, I think the newer rubber was the way to go in the end. I think maybe getting spun played into his advantage, Jake, and maybe he thought I can take rubber now and put on the last lap charge. So I think Ian will be on the back of Sam Sutton pretty soon, Jake. So we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that battle, but just having a look back here, we've got Adam Zetting just got on around Luke Harvey and Mario Vlasic right now, so he's moved himself up into P9. He's on the charge right now in the Maverick welding Ford Falcon. I was going to say Holden Commodore there. It's so used to Ian Ford being in that car,
Yeah,
but at the
he runs
moment he's done the job and he's doing well there up into P9. Mario Vlasic down into P10, who is starting to close up again on the back, but Luke Harvey's definitely dropped off the back as Mario's having a little look here going into the turn 9-10 chicane. Wasn't far enough up there, he couldn't get it done, so he's still behind him. He wasn't close enough. He's just going to have to hold on back here behind him for maybe another lap, but he's going to be in the draft down this back straight, and it's going to keep him close and to the back of Adam Zettinger, and especially with Adam's damage at the moment on the front, I don't think that'll be helping him, especially down around the hairpin, and that's where Mario just gained a lot of time, and he'll be able to hopefully get the draft down this back straight and maybe have a little dig going into the final chicane.
Yeah, I think if I was Mario, I'd be trying to get a dive bomb going into that last chicane, because you can get it done there. You can really get late on the brakes, and if you let him know, you know, throughout the rest of the lap, you know, I'm here and I'm 2/10 behind you, then just use the draft and slingshot past him, get the car down the inside, and you know, if Mario can get close enough, he might be able to pass Adam into that braking zone. But Adam looks like he's got a little bit of a stronger car mid-corner, so maybe that damage isn't bothering him as much, Jake. So we'll definitely see them two play out towards the end.
Yeah, that's right. The left front is definitely bent, so maybe actually hurting his straight line more than anything, especially with that front splitter just being all over the shop on that on the left side. Sorry, viewing right side for me. But yeah, I think Mario looks like he's a little bit better under brakes than Adam at the moment, but Adam's able just to get the car through the mid-corner better, so yeah, he may not have as much damage. We think he's in the grass there, so he was a bit sideways on the grass, got the rear in it, and he's managed to keep it all together, but that definitely closed the gap back to Mario as he's just starting to drive it clean, use Adam as that braking marker and sort of pick his lines, figure out where he's stronger than Adam, and he may be able to have another look going into the hairpin, and as he does that, has a little look, Adam's just going to sit and hold that position, so Mario's definitely close enough, could have another couple of laps and he could definitely start to have a dig.
Yep, Jake, he's doing exactly what he needs to do, but if we go back to the front, sorry to take you away from that battle, Jake, but Ian Ford with a 35.1, he's gone faster again, he's 4/10 quicker than Sam, so that new rubber has played in his advantage, so I think Ian Ford is looking to try and win this race with, what 8 laps to go. I think maybe Sam might regret not taking tyres, but you know, 40's probably trying to break a world record here.
Yeah, I'd say Sammy Sutton took tyres according to the pit stop times. I'm certainly sure Sam would have taken tyres, especially with the 35.5 straight out of the books. Yeah, that was his fastest lap of the race. Obviously, it's not the fastest lap of the race, because that goes to Ian Ford with a 35.175. But Sam Sutton did just do a personal best last time round, so he's still pushing and trying to get the lap times down, but Ford is coming as Ford was sideways. He nearly hit the fence, and it is. He got a cut track, and he just slammed on the brakes on the front line. Let's go again. It's sort of, that's what he did. He's got the car stopped, got it again, but in that, he's off.
What did he lose?
Yeah, he lost 2 seconds, 2.2 seconds there, so he's now got 4.8 seconds to make up to Sam Sutton. I'd say that battle has just resolved itself right there, and then that little mistake from Ian Ford has maybe cost him the win. It can happen to Sam Sutton though. It is known to get a lot of shortcuts around it, especially Josh Rogers in the TTL car. He's done that often. He got a lot of shortcuts penalty in a couple of races back, so he's done that before. Is looking back again, this battle between Adam Zettinger and Mario Vlasic. Vlasic is starting to close up once again to the back of Adam. He could have a look going into the final chicane. He sticks his nose out but thinks better of it and stays in behind for another lap, but he's definitely got the car speed at the moment over Adam.
Yeah, Mario doing everything he needs to do, showing the nose, filling the mirrors up of Adam's Maverick welding car there, but definitely at ERA they'll be saying, just keep you calm, don't worry about it, he can handle the pressure, but as we saw there, just at that last chicane coming on the front straight near the Wall of Champions, the fastest line through there seems to be to just smash the curbs, so I think Mario might have a run in the next couple of laps if he just starts taking the same lines as Adam. If he can mimic his driving style, he might be able to just gain a few tenths that he's not gaining, sitting behind him using his own line. So, but, if I was Mario, I'd be definitely just filling the mirrors up, making Adam, feel as though he's insecure under brakes and he can get the move done probably in a couple of laps.
Yeah, that's right. He could have a look, and just having a little bit. Mario is actually still having another look at Adam. I don't want to sort of step away because there's another battle going on just behind these guys. I think Mario isn't going to be close enough there, but just having a look behind him, Baxter's gotten clear, but Boyd and Sharp was behind Luke Harvey. Harvey's having an issue with the throttle at the moment, I'm hearing, so he could have a little bit of a stuck throttle and it's sort of hurting his pace. But those four were locked tight together, and at the moment that Harvey letting them through was sort of open it back up, but they were having a look as Vlasic looking back up here. He was on the inside of Adam. He wasn't able to get it done there. He locked the brakes, but Adam is able to hold on for another lap in front of Mario.
Yeah, I think if Mario can just, get a little bit closer down this back straight, he'll have a move coming into this last chicane. But, when you're following someone, like I said before, Jake, your brake markers become completely different as to when you go to pass. You want to be the last of the late breakers, and if he's more confident on his brakes and he psychs you out, you can just plough through and get a slowdown. So I think, Mario's doing the right thing by just sort of calmly waiting for his opportunity, and Adam just smashing curves there and trying to get the car, to turn. And yeah, I think it'll be a last lap battle. I think I'm putting my money on a last lap battle. What do you reckon, Jake?
Yeah, maybe Mario may just be holding out for that sort of last lap, but I think you want to get it done as soon as possible and try and just skip away from Adam, because he doesn't want Adam to come straight back on the counter attack, especially on that last lap. There's a lot of spots where you can sort of hold it tough and then hold on for the position, especially with a lot of these chicanes. You can just hold it around the outside and then have the better line for the next corner. But Mario looks very menacing behind Adam at the moment, that he could have another look. He's definitely stronger down after the turn 7-8 chicane coming down into 9-10. He's definitely stronger along that sort of back straight, as you'd like to call it, and he may be able to. He's just not close enough going down into the hairpin. He just can't get the runners. He's actually throwing it right down the inside. Adam gives him room. He's done a good job there to notice that.
He's got loose.
Little sideways tap there from Mario, and he's lost the position again, but he's still got the overlap, so he could be able to hold on for this. And I think Adam may just be letting him by a little bit. Coming down this back straight. Yeah, it's still there. He's still holding on. So
hold it there, Mario. Hold it there.
He's going to get it done. He's got it done.
Nice.
Good job there from Mario, and he's going to keep that position and move up into P9.
Yeah, just looking back at him before, Jake, he was slowing right down to the start-finish line that previous lap. I think he might have got another slowdown, so I think Sam's got it in the bag. I'll call it. I don't want to give him commentator's curse, but I'll call it. I think he's got the win. So, but Ford was on the charge. Like, I think that's 35-1's pretty damn close to being the fastest guy around here in the V8 Supercar. So, but kudos to Mario and Adam putting on a this is what we want to see. In official racing, get people giving each other room, and it's all right to lock doors every now and then and give each other a bump, but not to the point where you're just spinning each other out and taking each other out on purpose. So, these boys putting on a good display of what top split racing is all about.
Yeah, that's right. It's clean, fair racing, and the sportsmanship between the two was really good there. Even though a little bit of contact, they still gave each other room. There was no bashing doors back down the whole next straight trying to take each other out. So they've done a good job there. And just having a look back, David Baxter has lost out on He was in P11 just behind Adam Zettinger at the moment after those positional change between Vlasic. But Jack Boyd is now up into P11 with Greg Sharp behind him in P12. So they've had a good race moving up, as Adam again is on the attack of Mario. Unsure what's happening now. Just caught the end of it. Yeah, he's got a great run going down this back straight. He could definitely have a look going into this final chicane. Is he the nose? So the straight line speed of Adam as Mario goes straight on the defensive there. He's allowed to do that. He's got one move and he did it to the inside. It's going to hurt his exit speed though. So here goes Adam. Can he get the car square? And he did that, but wasn't able to get the drive out of the corner. So this battle is definitely starting to heat up with around 5 laps to go.
I think that, when you're behind someone coming into that chicane, you're trying to duck in behind and get a better run. And, Adam did the right thing, but, it can hurt you because you're thinking, when's he going to turn in? You're kind of being a bit cautious. You don't want to ruin your race or his. So, but, this battle will be probably the highlight battle towards the end, as we thought we were going to see a Sam Sutton and Ford showdown, but I think these two boys will show us how it's done.
Yeah, that's right. I think that little bit of a battle's died out now. It's 9.7 seconds out in front, so definitely another slowdown penalty there from Ian Ford, and he's had to drop off the back. But Adam Zanger looks like he has, overall, he may have car speed, but that damage isn't helping him with the car. So Vlasic is able to hold on at the moment. Vlasic has actually pulled out a little bit through that section, back straight there. He does that every lap. And he just took a lot of curb there going through turn 9, was able to get it settled for turn 10, but it didn't help his exit as much as he would have liked, and Adam's going to be right on the attack. Mario's going defensive as Adam looks wide, so if Mario can't get this car nice and straight on the exit, yeah, he's going to try and do the crisscross, and that's what Adam's done. He's going to be pushing straight on that loud pedal, trying to get the car down. He's got it done really nicely here, but the issue that Adam has is that front end damage doesn't help his straight line, so he's got to try and stay in the draft as Mario goes very defensive straight away. He wouldn't want to move back over because Adam's going to have the overlap here. Is he going to be able to hold it tough around the outside? No, he isn't. So Adam backed out of that, gave Mario the position. Yeah, lost a lot of time there. He tried to do the right thing, tried not to make contact, but he's lost positions as we've had Corey press and exit this race. So another week, another bad result from Corey. I don't think he'll be too happy about that one.
Nah, probably just a bit of bad luck there for Corey. You know, he's a good little racer when he can be, and, you know, unfortunately, it's just not his day today. And, you know, hopefully we'll see him next week at Road America, and he should be able to get a good result there. He seems to be pretty on the pace there as well. So, but, you know, Adam lost a lot of time there, maybe trying to get the crisscross and trying to get the car squared up. You know, hurt him a bit because Mario said, I'm going to take the middle of the road. So, but let's see if he can catch up. You know, that ERA Maverick welding car is, you know, pretty quick. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think he just took the right front fender off the car, so he's trying to make that car more aerodynamic. He hit the turn 6 wall. Yeah, weight reduction. Let's get rid of as many panels. He's already gotten rid of the hood, so may as well get rid of the rest of the front end. But he just managed to clip it, but he still hasn't lost. He lost a little bit of time, especially through that last chicane the last time by, but he's still all over the back of Mario Vlasic towards the end of this lap, and that's what he'll want to be doing. He'll want to try and set himself up as he gets in a little bit of a nicer run there than Mario coming out of the hairpin, but he won't be able to have a look. He's not close enough going into the final chicane, but he's just going to try and set himself up. There will be 3 laps to go when they cross the line, and he'll definitely just try and be sort of settling himself down, cool the tyres off if he's overheated them a little bit the past couple, and just try and get the head down and try and get that position on that last lap.
Yeah, he gets a good run there. You know, hitting those curbs can, you know, probably just takes a lot of time out of, you know, getting a run as he looks to go around the outside the long way around. That's not a good way to go at him. Definitely tuck him behind, but Mario's doing the defensive line, and you see before down that main straight, they were, you know, Mario's defending. Adam needs to follow him to get the draft, otherwise he's never going to be able to get up close enough to have a run at him. So, you know, these guys are doing what they can. You know, it is tough doing 35s. This track is very technical, it's demanding, it's, you know, more of an open wheeler circuit, let's be honest, Jake. It's a Formula 1 track. Like, these heavy cars don't really like to drive around here, and, you know, he's close enough, Adam, so maybe at the hairpin he might do that slingshot move I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's right. The track definitely isn't suited to the V8 Supercar. It's sort of one of those tracks. I know I personally did not like it with this car, but that's just one of those things that we have to sometimes put up with. But Adam right now, yeah, as he's fully sideways there, he was able to catch it. Nice save there, but I think he has lost that position now. He's lost all that time to Vlasic, and he would have overheated the rears, but wow, he was sideways, managed to keep it all together as Vlasic goes wide. So they've both had little mistakes this lap. The pressure's starting to get to them as Sam Sutton's already halfway around the track with 2 laps to go now, so he's definitely on the position to take this win. Just needs to get it across the line, but Adam lost a lot of time there to Vlasic. He'll be pushing as hard as he can to try and make that up, but I think it's too little too late.
Yeah, I was hearing here before on the radio, team radios, that Ian Ford, he could be maybe short on fuel. I'm not sure. He's talking to Todd Parks, maybe trying to get a draft out of him. But yeah, Sam Sutton, you know, hats off to him. I guess he's done what he needs to do, and he's still competitive. Like, his laps are quick, not Ian Ford ridiculously, you know, Jamie Whincup quick, but, you know, they're quick, and, you know, hats off to TTL. They've hit the mark this week.
Yeah, it's just having a look at this battle between Elwood and Harvey, and Elwood actually cut the final chicane. He just got the position done on Luke Harvey for P14, but lost it there. So Harvey retakes that one. I think he may be able to hold on as Sam Sutton started the final lap. Those guys are just got one lap down, so they won't be able to continue their battle for that extra lap. But at the moment, we're just going to have a look back now at this battle between Vlasic and Zettinger before they come on in the final straight. Zettinger is closing the gap just a little bit. He's trying to pick up that time that he lost, and again he was sideways. I think he hit the fence. Yeah, I think he just clipped the fence. He's alright, he kept it straight, he sort of hit it square on, but I don't think that would have helped his confidence around that corner. That's 2 laps in a row as Vlasic runs really wide. He locked a right front brake there. So these two are starting to really heat up at 9 and 10, and I don't know whether Zettinger will be able to get him now after both of them having a mistake, and you'll just have to hope that he can try and get on the last lap.
Yeah, you want to brake real deep, use, you know, as close as you can. If you just smash the curbs at him, don't worry about slow down, just pass him. So if you take as much curb as you can, he's not taking enough, so Vlasic, or maybe, no, I think Mario's got this one, so good job, Mario. You got P9 out of it, and Adam gets P10. That's a good result from both of them.
Oh, well, they've still got one more lap.
Sam
Sam
Sutton's
only halfway around the track, so just coming on board with Sam Sutton, coming through turns 14 and 15 right now. Here he comes for TTL Racing, here for Hyperstimulator. Holden Commodore of Sam Sutton will take round 6 here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the official V8 Supercar Championship Series. Well done to Sammy Sutton, an awesome drive there. Was able to keep his composure after that pit stop and did an excellent job taking that one. Ian Ford will be regretting this one. He had the pace there, a couple of mistakes, and that was it. So we lost that one, and that would take P2 though. So still a good, solid result for championship. And Kane Kugamiya mistaking the pit stop. Both of those two had mistakes, and it ultimately cost them. Kane will come across the line in 3rd, but as the rest of the field will start coming across, just going to have a look back at Vlasic and Zettinger, and I think they've sort of spread out. So I think that battle will sort of fade out towards the end as Quire and Forzan on Nabi comes across the line. So Quire's done a good job there to finish in P4 with El Nabi coming home in 5th. Marty Carroll got another quiet race for Marty down in P6, but he's done a good job. First race back on Monday night, and I think he'll be pretty happy with that one. Good drive. Garrell will be beating Hobson for 7th and 8th. Now we're going to have a look back at that battle, and I think Adams lost that one to Mario.
Yeah, he should have smashed the curbs. Like, you know, if it was the last lap, apologies everybody out there, I didn't get it right. But you know, you would have just cut it as much as you could within reason to try and gain as much as you could. Because by the time you finish start-finish line, it doesn't really count, does it? The slow down. So yeah, but you know, Adam trying to do some drifting there, some inspired drifting there from SVG, I think. But yeah, it's a good result by everybody. You know, congratulations TTL and Sam, and Ian Ford will be a little bit frustrated after that, you know, getting all those slowdowns.
Yeah, well done to Sammy Sutton. He's driven an amazing race tonight. So we'll get you to run through the results, Sean, from round 6 here at Montreal.
And your winner, Sam Sutton from TTL in P1. You have P2 goes to ERA MPMS driver Ian Ford. Kane Kugamiya for ANZ comes in 3rd. P4 goes Jason Quire. P5 to Forzan El Nabi. Martin Carroll P6, P7 Paul Goral, the 2 SDC boys there. Brendan Hobson comes in P8. P9 goes to Mario Vlasic. Adam Zettinger, sorry if I get your name wrong, mate, P10. We have Jack G. Boyd in 11. Greg Sharp comes in P12 in the end. Good job to him. David Baxter P13. P14 Luke Harvey. Richard Elwood P15. Gary Cooper P16. 17th Raymond Steyer. Todd Parks 17. 18 Stephen Tonkin. Corey Preston with a DNF in P20. Mitchell Selleck after his did not start in P21. P22 goes Jason Hyde, and Matt Strafford rounds out your field. Congratulations to all the drivers.
Yeah, a good race once again, and Sammy Sutton do a little bit of burnouts down the back straight, sorry, celebrating that win. It was an awesome drive. As we will get into post-race interviews here.
Going to pick his brains here, Jakey, to see where he got it right and where he got it wrong. But yeah, well, I think Ian Ford's the guy we need to talk to about those slowdowns. So
yeah,
we'll see how we go.
I think it is. Ian Ford here for post-race interviews in the Race Spot TV commentary box. Well done, 40. I don't think that was...
40.
the result you were wanting and looking for there. A little bit of mistakes in that final stint. You definitely had the pace, and you just little bit of slowdown penalties, and that was it. It sort of cost you from then on out.
Yeah, certainly it was a pretty good start to the race, except for at the hairpin, but that's all sorted out and done and dealt with and everything. So I just put my the red mist glasses on and just went as fast as the car humanly could go. I had a few moments where I thought I was absolutely going for a wall, and to come out and be only about 3 seconds behind Sam after his pit stop, I just tried pushing the car as hard as I could, and just misjudged turning into the last chicane there and got like a 3.5 second slowdown, and I still had half belief that I could do it, so I tried pushing once again and did exactly the same mistake with the newer tyres. So just had a bit too much front grip there in the last stint, and I just kept on misjudging some of the corners. But fantastic to come back and finish second. But definitely a missed opportunity. It would have been good to see the sort of battle that we would have had if I didn't get turned around. But that's for another day.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that, but you still got a good result. Second, still a good load of points, especially with Rogers and them not here tonight. So you'll be able to get a little bit of a points gain on them. But next week, 39 laps of Road America. It's like a mini enduro for a Monday night, and that's going to be a long one, and that's going to be tough on everything.
Yeah, certainly that's going to be a hard job. Keeping the tyres in check. That track burns up tyres pretty well, from what I can remember, and you might have a good handling car with a light tank, but towards the end of the race you could have an absolute monster of a car. So keeping the car under you is going to be one hell of a job, and also keeping your concentration up for that long. That's that's well over an hour from what I think, and that's going to be awfully tough to keep on pushing even towards the end of the stints. If I believe there's a pit stop, if not, correct me, but that's that's going to be one hell of a job. There's all sorts of corners. If you have one mistake, you're going to have to push harder and make it up, and it's absolutely going to be a monster on the car and the driver. So, we'll see who comes out best next week. But I'm just happy to finish second and get this week over and done with, and stop jumping around cars all day, every day.
So before you go, Fordo, sorry to cut in there, Jake, but 35-140. Do you reckon you got the world record there, buddy? Because you were pushing pretty damn hard, and tell us how did you feel under brakes? Because I do know that I had struggles around here with the brakes, so you're doing really well, man. Pushing quick.
Yeah, after helping the guys set up the Mercedes for the Blancpain series, it was an absolute struggle trying to get back in this track. It requires such precision, and being on the wrong side of the car for one, like jumping across from side to side, and then going from ABS to no ABS was an absolute struggle into the hairpin and a few of the slower corners. But I made a bit of a setup tweak with the springs, and I don't know why it went from awful to so good. But hopefully that's a world record. Hopefully I've got another one to my name. But otherwise,
yeah.
I think I'll have to look back and record one of those hot laps, because absolutely on the limit stuff.
Yeah, it was great to watch, 40. Good job, mate, and congratulations on P2, eh?
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, 40. Good job. Anyone you'd like to thank before we let you go?
MPMS Simulators, definitely got to go in there, check out all their stuff, and they're helping us move forward in certain directions. We're trying to help them, and give me a sec. GTI Springs for being in my pedals. They have definitely helped while jumping backwards and forwards between cars. So you can feel the difference between a GT car and a V8, obviously. And Maverick Welding and Night Rider Designs for painting up such a good car that I don't think I got a scratch on, other than at the hairpin.
I think you did a pretty good job there keeping it clean. So well done, 40, on a great result for P2. We're going to move to our race winner here from round 6 here at Montreal, Sam Sutton. Great drive, Sam. It was, you just sort of led from start to finish, had no little issues throughout the entire race. 40 started to push on you at before you made your pit stop, but I'd say Maloney or Hampstead or Rogers or one of them were in your ear, come in, get the tyres, and you did that, and you done a good job from then on out.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty, to a degree, stress-free. Didn't have Rogers or any of those guys in my ear. It was just kind of me by myself tonight. I saw that there was a nice air gap I could slot into in front of Ian, and I just decided I went with the lighter car load to get a bit of pace out of it, because I knew he was pushing hard. And in the end, I think just him pushing too hard, he just stretched the limit a bit too many times and got those slowdowns.
Yeah, that's right. You got the slowdowns ultimately hurting, but you still had ultimate good car speed, and hopefully you guys can translate that to Road America. 39 laps there. That's going to be a long one for all of you boys.
Yeah, it's definitely a long one. We'll be looking at well over an hour, so hopefully some more pit stops. But we just rolled the set out from Scops earlier in the year for this week, and it worked pretty well. It worked well on Saturday in the Americas race, and luckily we got the same conditions tonight, so it worked just as well.
Yeah, that's right. It's good to see some of these conditions sort of correlating and you guys being able to do that with the setups. But anyone you'd like to thank, Sam, before we let you go, you drove an excellent race as I can't speak, and hopefully you guys can bring that pace next week at Road America.
Yeah, just a big thanks to Hopper Stimulator, our naming rights sponsor on the car. Great support from them. And yeah, looking forward to Road America next week. It should be a thrilling race again.
Yeah, good job, Sam Sutton. So that was our winner here from today for round 6, of the official V8 Supercar Championship Series. So I think that'll wrap it up here as we move forward to round 7 of the championship next week at Road America for 39 laps. That's going to be a long one. So thank you to our director on the cameras once again was Hugo Louise, and thank you for Sean Evans joining me in the commentary booth. I am Jake Blackall, and we hope to see you next week. Goodbye.